Hello friends, thanks for joining me for another Craft Your Scraps. I have some items that before I put them in my recycling bin, I snagged them and put them in a pile in my dining room. And I love these cardboard containers that go on, it holds yogurts together. The reason I love these is because of their perfect size. So, sorry you couldn't see that. Sorry about that. If you can see this, once I trim this, this is still quite a large piece of ephemera, which I would use as a journaling tag because there's so much room on it. And what I do is I put my scrap paper, I'm going to be using scraps, obviously. So I'll put my scrap paper on one side, and then I will use either my color, this is watered down paint that I put in a squirt bottle and, just sprayed it on there. And so I made a few sheets of that today, and then I made a bunch of coffee and combination coffee tea dyed paper. And I will tell you one thing I love about making this coffee tea dyed paper is it's lighter than a pure coffee, and I was able to keep all the lines from leaving. You know how sometimes you get the paper wet and then the lines go away, but they're faint. Let me see if I can get a close-up so that maybe you can see them. There you go. I think you can see them. They're more faint now than they were originally, but that's great because it just helps the paper to look older. So I did a bunch of those, and I hung them on my laundry line in my living room, actually, and they dried very quickly. I want to say that I truly prefer the feeling of an air-dried paper over an oven-dried paper. The oven, for me, it just gives the paper a dry feeling, and I just don't like it. So now maybe I'm cooking it too high. That probably is the case because I only did it like once and I was experimenting, and you learn. So I may try it again and hope to do a better job, and maybe I'll decide I do like it after all. Now this I was getting ready to put in the trash, but then I thought these are perfect size to turn into journaling tucks, ephemera, and I might even use this plastic. I don't know, so let's hang on to it. We might use that, just cut out the big square. That could be cool. I had a nice size thing here from Xbox. I would like to show you real quick before I get started some of my scraps that I have. And this was actually trash, and then I've got some extra doilies, and then I'm making a journal right now, so I have way more scraps. I was almost done with scraps, but now I have way more. Look at all these. And then I have these old stickers. I should just use them up. This is like leftover pieces from a little kit that I used to have. And so again, I consider that a scrap because the rest of it's been used. I have all of these. They're pretty good size scraps, but still, I want to use them up. So I have a bunch of little tiny scraps in this bag here that I will try to use. Don't know if I'm going to get all this done today. I probably won't. This is a lot, and I have some other projects that I have to work on, but I'm going to begin cutting. Okay, I am ready to begin adding paper to the back of my cardboard, and because this has a picture on it, it could show through, so I'm going to put the writing paper on the cardboard side, and then on this side we'll use our scraps for that. So I'm just going to tear it. I don't really need to get out my cutting tool for this. As long as you hold down your edge, it'll tear just fine, and then give yourself enough room on this side. If you get too close to the edge, it's not enough to grab onto, and then sometimes it won't tear properly, believe it or not. But if I do that and I just hold down my edge, then it works perfectly fine. Now this little piece here, you can see there's a little piece on the corner. I didn't quite get that, but I will just cut that off and it should be perfect. Let's see. Yep, That will glue on perfectly fine. I could decoupage it on or I could glue it on. I've done both. Once it's dry, it's fine. I press the glue with a tool, which it's not a special tool, it's just maybe my scissors or something. And you know, it flattens it out. All right, now I like to, when I press it, I like to do that on top of my wax paper in case any squirts out the edges. And I don't mind if it squirts out the edges, because if it does, I just run my finger along the edge and it basically seals it up. So I don't mind that. It gives it a nice good seal, and then the edges don't come up. I hope that makes sense. And then, you know, there's the ones that I did in the center. So I just try to make sure that I press on those too so they get nice and flat. And that looks pretty good. And then we're just gonna set that aside, let it dry. And once that's somewhat dry, then I can decorate it. But for now, we'll just go ahead and put our papers on our cardboard, and then we'll move along to decorating. Okay friends, I have got the coffee and tea dyed paper on the back of our journal cards. This one, I did it upside down. You know what, I probably should put another notebook paper here, and then I can just decorate this one. I'll put that aside. The rest of them I think I did correctly. You can see I have a little bit of a variety of sizes. This one I don't know if you can see it. You can see the Chobani, and I realized it, so I put it on this side. So this will be the side that we'll decorate. And the rest of them I did okay. So I will have to readdress that. But I don't feel like doing that right now. I just want to get into crafting our scraps on the back of these. Pretty good collection we've got here today though. I've got these really pretty stickers, and they say like, I have a story, laugh, friends forever, remember every moment. And I think I will just, you know, stick them on here, but we're gonna have to have something that goes with that. And that would be really pretty. These go really well together. I also could do, since we already have a backing, I could use this, you know, a doily. And oh, that is pretty. So that's an idea. I also have a pink one, a spare pink one, which would be nice. That's a thought. And if I wanted to make it smaller so that it wasn't taking up all the space, I could just, you know, cut it down here. Yeah, maybe we'll play with that idea. Okay, so that's what we'll do. I will have pictures of our finished products at the end of the video. I wanted to thank you for being with me today. If you're new, welcome. And if you are a returning friend, thank you so much for your support. If you're enjoying watching this video and watching me create these journaling tags, please smash that like button. Consider subscribing as well. Hit the bell for notifications of my new videos that come out. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook if you'd like. I was looking for a companion for this scrap that I've put on the back of this, and I found this rickrack, and I've had this rickrack for, the package said 2010, so I've had it for 10 years, never used it. So I think it'd be pretty cool to add it to this card. It will create quite a statement, I feel. And I will attach it with, actually this is iron-on, but I'm not going to be ironing it on anything. So I will use Fabri-Tac to adhere this. And hopefully that'll work just fine. And I'm sure that it will because Fabri-Tac works really well. I will put links to some of the items that I used to create my scraps. Obviously, I can't get my hands on some of these items because they've been around for too long and they wouldn't be on sale any longer. But I will put links to the tools that I used and the glues and stuff like that. And some of my scrap papers are newer, so I can put a link to the scrap pad for that. Many of you know that I live in Florida, so I'll give you a quick update while you watch me work on these craft your scrap items. But our state's going to begin opening up, and I feel really good about that. Our bulk trash service will begin, and lawn pickup will begin, and I think we'll start opening up our parks and beaches. I do truly feel like it's fine for people to, be outside, respect each other, respect distance, but it's important, and it's important for us to start moving forward, I feel like. I am really happy with how these turned out. I'll have some still photographs taken out in the sunshine so you can see the true color and perhaps even a little bit more detail. But these, yeah, I'm really happy with these. And I got to use so many of my scraps. How cute is that? This one I feel like I could put something on there. So since it's going to be a journaling tuck, I don't want anything really bulky. So if I find a sticker that looks nice, I'll put it there. But otherwise, I'll just let it be what it is. I hope you love them as much as I do. Thanks for watching. See you soon.